They say with great power comes great responsibility, and no one knows this more than the amazing Spider-Man. I'm One Bad Comic, and welcome to Vinyl Snacks. What's up, Vinyl Heads? Welcome to episode 6, baby! Vinyl Snacks! Thank you guys so much. Thanks for the love, the comments, the shares. I'm really feeling it. I appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with me every week on Vinyl Snacks on Tuesdays. Guess what? I went to go see Spider-Man No Way Home finally, which was super awesome. I love the movie. Super great. I know we all know the cameos are in there, so I thought they did really well with that. The script was great. The fights were pretty cool, so I highly recommend you guys go watch it. So I figured, in the spirit of Spider-Man killing it right now, because it's reached $1 billion in revenue. Not since 2019 has a superhero movie gotten there. So Spider-Man is finally there, dude, and it makes you kind of realize, like, man, hopefully slowly things are getting back to normal. So I thought, in the spirit of Spider-Man, we talk about this specific record right here. This is the Spider-Man record, Invasion of the Dragon People, guys. This record has been around a minute. I just was like, let's talk about Spider-Man, because I know about Spider-Man, but I don't really know. I'm just a regular fan. Like, I'm not a hardcore fan or anything like that. But, so I started doing some research, and I found out a few cool, neat things that I think would be cool to share with you guys. The origin of Spider-Man. Where does Spider-Man come from? All right. Spider-Man was created in 1962 by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, guys. Those guys both were credited with creating Spider-Man. I know a lot of Stan Lee's kind of like the face of him, but Steve Ditko was with him when it was created. After 38 issues, Steve Ditko decided to leave, and Stan Lee continued with the Spider-Man character. So Stan Lee became the main guy for it. It first debuted on Amazing Fantasy issue number 15, which was a line of comics that were pretty much on its way to cancellation, so they dropped the Spider-Man character in that, and lo and behold, the character becomes a hit. And after that, Spider-Man starts doing his own series. So that's where pretty much Spider-Man was able to kind of grow from. What's up, Vinyl Heads? I hope you're enjoying episode 6 of Vinyl Snacks. Quick announcement, January 8th, I'm going to be in Canyon Lake at Goofy's Comedy Club with my homie, Polar Bear Gonzalez. We're going to be out there making people laugh. Make sure you guys look us up and get your tickets as soon as possible, because the show will probably sell out. So make sure you guys come out and support your favorite comedians, baby. Let's get back to it. And back in the day, what would happen is whenever a superhero would come out, they were mostly like adults. They were like adult superheroes. Spider-Man was one of the first superheroes that came out being a teenager in high school. Normally younger superheroes were kind of like the sidekicks, but not Spider-Man. Peter Parker was one of the first high school kid superheroes, and it dealt with a lot of dealing with adolescence and financial struggles and things like that. So it was really groundbreaking for Stan Lee to continue a character and the storyline like this one right here. This specific record was released in 1974. Which is, yeah, I know, it's a long time. And it's under Power Records. If you guys see the record right here, I really like the illustrations on here are kind of neat. They're not great, but they're kind of cool for the time. I think it's really neat. It was released by Power Records. And this is a storyline record, so they have like little stories and you kind of keep up. And then in the back of it, you have like little highlights of each individual story. It came with 5 exciting Spider-Man adventures. So it comes with 5 stories and with highlights of each individual stories with the illustrations. This was released again by Power Records. So if you guys don't know, it's kind of falls under the same umbrella as Peter Pan Records. And for anybody that's a fan of Vinyl Snacks, we talked about Peter Pan Records on the last episode with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So that's pretty neat. If you guys haven't seen the Peter Pan stuff, look it up on the previous episode. But they were all under the same umbrella. They were pretty much records for children and things like that. So that's kind of what the release was under Power Records. I was able to hear a couple of the stories. The main one, obviously, which is the Dragon Man, it was kind of a cool story because it pretty much talks about like a meteor that hit the city, and this dragon civilization comes to try to take over, and Spider-Man's starting to find out where they come from, and then he floods the sewers because that's where they're hiding, and then it turns out that they're not even lizards, they're like robots that were created by this guy named Dr. Q Drake. And he was like a Nobel Prize winner or something like that. And then so he ends up finding out. And it's kind of a neat story, for kids. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I think this record's real cool. I've had it in my I've had it. This was actually one of the first records that I ever saw in my life, or that I can remember like looking at and grabbing, was this exact one, guys. This was actually my aunt's record, and she passed away, God bless her soul. But she used to have this super cool record player, like the silver ones with the digital stuff on it. They're with the big long speakers, and she used to have this little glass case, and you'd open it, and this was one of the records that she had. And I remember just holding it and being like, man, these. And I'm like 4 years old, guys, but I was like so amazed by this little record. I don't know how I ended up getting it. I don't know. It ended up in my hands for whatever reason, and like looking back on it, I'm like, it's just such a special thing to have now, and knowing that it's been around for such a long time, and the record is still in great condition. It really does mean a lot to me to still have it and share it with you guys, and also again with Spider-Man just still kicking ass after 60 years of being out. Spider-Man is still out there bringing us like so much joy and cool things. Now younger kids are growing up with Spider-Man, so I think that's super cool to watch these two guys, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, create this amazing character, right, that teaches you about all these. There's so much things to learn from these characters that they created, and to have their work still being pushed into our society, and we're still watching it. It's still around and still relevant. I think is pretty amazing to witness. I thought that was real cool, and I guess that's about it, guys. I thought that was just cool. I just wanted to show you guys my Spider-Man record. And again, if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe to my Vinyl Snacks. Look up One Bad Comic on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your friends. And again, I appreciate every single one of you for sticking around with me and hanging out on this episode of Vinyl Snacks, baby. Peace out.